am Prince Ugochukwu Nwanjoku, the council chairman of Aninri local government area. I wouldn't have been council chairman if not God. I dedicate my 1 year in office to God Almighty and to the governor of Enugu State, whom God has used to enthrone me into that position. So on this note, I want to say thank you to His Excellency the Governor, and my deeply appreciation goes back to God Almighty, whom I have returned all glory to, for using the Governor and his team to make me what I am today, and giving me that platform to grow and to show leadership to my people. I was elected council chairman on the 21st of September 2024, and God willing, I was sworn into office on 30th of September 2024, and I assumed office same day, of which immediately after my inauguration, I proceeded to the local government where I held my inauguration ceremony after signing some executive orders in the local government. But the next day, being the 1st of October, was when I now held, I received handover note and then took fully charge of the business of governance in the local government. Because I met so many challenges, difficulties. One would imagine a newcomer, a new person taking over from an existing government. Of course, you must meet the pros and cons of leadership. So, but I wouldn't go into what I met, but I know very quite sure that I met a lot of challenges, but I've been able, through God's providence and guidance, to surmount those challenges within the last 1 year.
Like I said, it has been God all through. My 12 months in office, today, in the next few hours, I shall be clocking 1 year in office. And I can tell you boldly that I've been able to make tremendous efforts in challenging the status quo we met and ran. Of course, we have sectors of governance where you can equate what you have achieved within this short space of time in office. We have agriculture, we have education, we have health, of course, and of course, generally infrastructure. Of course, if you don't provide infrastructure, there will be no fertile good governance for business to thrive. So, like I said, for the last 1 year, it has been so hectic, it has been so eventful, it has been so fruitful as well. So, leadership is a continuous process. Like what I met and ran, I have just enumerated them just in a short while, and then what I did to navigate the hurdles of leadership. First, Aninri has been embroiled into political crisis before I came into office. A lot of people most of our people don't even have handshake among their neighbors before my coming into the office. A lot of things were turned upside down. People became so afraid and became so shadow of themselves to return back to their local government. And they were so classifying the polarization of political structures in the local government. Many people claiming to be belonging to structure A, while some structure B, while others some structure C. And I said, no, look, this is not why I'm here. As a political leader at this moment, made available by God through His Excellency the Governor, that the first target and achievement I would make is to see a way to unite my people. Once we do that, we can now create a tranquil environment to allow business or governance to thrive. And that we successfully achieved. How did we do it? Of course, we were able to call together all factions of leadership in the local government, all structural individuals who were parading our political structures. We met them one-on-one, and of course, we had to engage them to know why they should reason with us, to find a means of coming back together under the umbrella of His Excellency the Governor as the new sheriff in town and governor of Enugu State. And that we had achieved successfully, which I consider as a low-hanging fruit. And leadership entails so many things. And if you want to become a good leader, you must find alternative route for peace. And if you think peace is not costly, then you go for war. So then we've been able to see how we can call together all our stakeholders. The stakeholders are the people that the government has made, are the people that contributed their quotas to the development of the local government since it was created in 1996. And these are those who held one position or the other, and those community leaders who never even held positions in government but have contributed their quota to the development of any local government since 1996 till date. We have business communities in Aninri. We have those who classified as high stake, investors who came, of course, from our side, invested hugely in the state and outside the state, and they are all part of the people that we classified as stakeholders. These are the people we approached and find a means of engaging them, and of course interacted with them, and then we sacrifice that time to call them back home, and then for them to reason with us why we should work as a team, as brothers and sisters of the same local government. There is no need of divisive leadership. There is no need of segregation, or one sees himself or herself belonging to A and B. So that we have achieved by the special grace of God. All the stakeholders of the local government are now under the one platform of the governor, Peter Simba, who has given me, of course, the opportunity to take that political structure for him in any local government. So under peace, we've been able to achieve peace and then unite our people. That created environment for us to now look into why we came into office, as a local government, and why the short frame of the first 1-2 years, what do we intend to achieve, within the short-term plan, the medium-term plan, and of course the long-term planning. These are the three structural bases we created and then embark on full governance in the local government. So it has been, an eventful experience. There has been a turn around fortunes for the people of Great Aninri. So we give God all the glory. Oh, of course, we've been able to provide a enabling environment for our education. His Excellency the Governor, you can, one of the things that you cannot outshine your masters. His Excellency the Governor has given us the platform to work on our education through the instrumentality of the smart green Enugu State Green Smart Schools. And we can now move into renovating the old structures of the schools when we now have a more modernized schools envisioned by His Excellency the Governor. So what we did was look, it is our duty to own up this project. And how do we intend to do this? Is to see that we collaborate with the Governor of Enugu State to see that this project that he has envisioned are well constructed, are well equipped, and are of course set out for people, our people and students to, have the business of. It has been a very remarkable, achievement in our education, courtesy of the Governor of Enugu State. So what we did in education is to see how, to partner with the governor to see that our green smart schools are well and timely completed, and our students are rolled back to the academic sessions. So that is what we saw, and we consolidated on that feat His Excellency has achieved in education to see that they continue working concern concept. That was an area of education. Of course, going by the general concept of infrastructure, the first job we did in office when we took over the helm of leadership in the local government, we did a feasibility study, and of course had a file of many challenges of the local government. We were able to come up with a comprehensive data analysis, and we say, where do we begin? There are so many compounding issues awaiting for our attention. But first of all, let's begin with electricity. So on November 21st or so, we flagged off electrification project, Operation Light Up the Local Government. And that we also not just operationalizing that system to see that Aninri get back to connected to national grid, all homes have light. Because what we did is, what were the issues why we have been, blackout over the years. What were the root causes? If we should move into bringing back the network of or energy, then have you been able to address the root cause of the vandalization caused why we have been blackout, or some communities that didn't see or have or enjoyed national grid over the years? So we created a team, a subcommittee to see that we go into thorough finding. They did a field work and then brought me a comprehensive data, of which on that data we now, based on our achievement, what we intend to do, and we classify them into two sections, which we saw as a low-hanging fruit. How do we intend to do this? Yes, it is, if we only focus on energy, I don't think you would achieve any other thing in the local government. But at the meantime, let us see if we can bring temporarily the issue of energy solved, while we now look up how we can now expand it, which will go into the full scale of operationalization of Aninri having energy in all homes connected to national grid. That we did. And we were able to sort out that most of the transformers in local government have been badly vandalized by criminals or by bad elements. And then the committee took up that job by finding the means. I called them and I asked them, what do we do now that we've been able to find out that our energy lines are badly wounded by unknown faces? Are we going to embark on procurement of new transformers? How much will it cost us? Are we going to revive those existing transformers? What is the cost implication? That is going by what available resources we have at hand as at that time. So we were able to, conclude that let's go into reviving those existing transformers. In the long run of administration, if we see that we have improved on the finances of the local government, we can as well procure new transformers. And that we did. We recoiled those transformers because they were all not existing. We got them, assembled them at a place, invited all the EDC officials, and then got them engaged. They revived those transformers and then recoiled all of them. We refilled all of them with transformer oil and then reconnected them back to the communities and then energized our villages. People enjoyed that. We did before last year, 2024 Christmas, and our people came back home, celebrated their Christmas, having their energies, enjoying their homes, and that stood till at the moment it has not been vandalized again, even though there are some issues of theft. But we are hell-bent in ensuring that we get this thing done once and for all. I had to embark on more procurement of electrification gadgets, which I bought several transformers, amounting to 7. The first was 10 transformers, delivered half of them. Then I had to go back to Lagos and engage a very notable firm in Lagos, A&B Electricals. And then we had an agreement to supply us additionally 7 transformers, 40,000 meters of low tension wire, and then 15,000 of high tension wires to energize those transformers, and of course 300 units of solar street light. These are the things we have achieved in our energy lines. Imagine a community, one of the communities in the local government never witnessed energy for the last 30 years. Can you imagine? But in our time, within the 3 months in office as a local government chairman, we were able to connect. That is how amazing community in Ohofioduma. We were able to connect them back to the national grid. So by October, which we are moving in this week, we shall be expecting before the end of October a huge supply of some electrical appliances, like I earlier mentioned, 7 more transformers, 300 kV all through, made of copper, and of course 40,000 meters of low tension wire. The aim is to make sure that we electrify the whole villages, the whole towns. Every household in Aninri must have energy. That is our target by the end of year 2025. And of course, we have also procured more transformers and to give energy to some villages that has never since 1996 or since the creation of this earth experienced energy in their lifetime. So our focus is to engage these rural people connected to the national grid. So these are few things we've done in area of electrification. Now coming to the infrastructure. When I assumed office in the local government, I saw, even though energy is part of the infrastructure, but we are now classifying the achievement on infrastructure. When I assumed office as a local government chairman, I took a tour of the facilities in the local government, and I saw that the local government had been operating on a dilapidated structures. And these structures are classified as an awaiting disaster. So what did we do? We consulted widely. We brought in the founding fathers of local government, the former council chairman who governed that local government, and assembled them to join us on on-spot assessment of the local government secretariat. The Commissioner for Youth and Sports, who is also one of the foremost stakeholders of the local government, was invited. The House of Assembly member representing the local government today, Engineer Maginu Sede, was also invited. And they invited a team of structural engineers from the State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure to help us determine the way forward. Because our intention is to get those dilapidated structures removed before it will cause disaster in the local government. Or one day you hear that some structures collapsed and some people got killed. And we don't want to hear that news in the local government. We got them demolished, got them decommissioned, removed them, the debris from the local government, and they started erecting new structures in the local government. As we speak, as of today, that structure was about 4 to 5 months now. We have started it. And they had a timeline of 6 months to deliver it to the people of Aninri. But we've worked assiduously, consistently to deliver that structure for the past 4 months. So we have, the target is by ending of November, which will make it exactly 6 months of our timeline to deliver that structure. Recall that a few months ago, we invited the state PDP chairman, Dr. Ugochukwu Nwanjoku, to the local government to lay foundation to the new secretariat of the local government. And he came and performed that solemn functions on our behalf. And the last time he came on a solidarity visit on sensitization on the PVC, Permanent Voters Card Ongoing Registration, we took him round to see what he came to lay the foundation, and he was amazed by the level of work we've done so far. And our target is in that 6 months we enumerated or we established as a timeline, we can able to get that job done and move to another sector. So by November, if not by October, my target is October. October will make it 5 months. That means my target is to beat the deadline that we have established already for the completion of that project, which is that is in November. But I am optimistic that the structure may be ready by October, which is my target to beat my timeline. But if we don't get it done by October, we will not miss the timeline of 6 months, which is November, to get a new structural buildings, administrative edifice, and the legislative complex, the Council of Traditional Rulers, offices done for the people of Aninri. And that is our target. If you come to the local government, there must be a serene environment. The local government secretariat should show you, yes, there is actually business of governance going on in this place. It shouldn't look like a bushy area. It shouldn't look like a den of criminals. It should look like, yes, look at government house, what Governor Peter Mba did in the Lion Building. From that, you took a cue to see if you can actually replicate what the governor did in the Lion Building by remodeling the Lion Building. That gave us the ambition to get our new secretariat done for the people of Aninri. That is on the area of what we have established so far in the local government. Then going by road infrastructure. Of course, when I was campaigning, I took a tour, and I know a good number of our feeder roads that needed government quick intervention. About 156 of them. I set up a committee led by Israel and administrator of Aninri West. And I told him, go around the whole villages, go around the whole towns in Aninri. I want to see all the feeder roads that requires government attention, so we can create access road and enable our people to apply on those roads. And that they did the moment I was sworn as chairman, and we got into action. Some of these roads we have created access to, like Uguchukwu Nwanjoku Road. There was a track road over the time there, about 8.8 kilometers of road. We put our machines, flagged it off, created an access road to link the people of Nenwe to the local government. And people now feel comfortable plying that road. Sometimes I go to work through that road. We have achieved that. It's part of the access road we created for the good people of Aninri. We didn't stop there. We moved down. That's where, within that road, if you get to a local government Nochere, a village in India called Nochere, and Uhogri. We created also an access road of 11.2 kilometers that links to Oduma, Amanaston, Ward 1, Ward 2. Our purpose is to link our people. You don't need to fly from Nameway to Port Harcourt Express to get to the local government. We need to have the interconnectivity of roads that unite the people more. You don't need to go out. Imagine if you are accessing the local government, you must go through all. Is it done in any way? Where we now have intercommunity link road, we can put our machines and make much available for the people to access. That informed our decision to open up those roads. We didn't stop there. There's one remarkable road that I want to engrave my name on it. It's a new virgin road I created. There was a track road at a point that was no longer existing road to that place. It is 8.8 kilometers of road. Ugochukwu Nwanjoku, Amankano through my road. Starting from the local government. We rode our machine. It was a thick forest. And we put down those forests, created an enabling environment, good road mechanism for the people. And do you imagine what we were able to discover creating access road on that path is, you can never believe it. Some land assets we found there have not been used for over 30 years. And now we have created road network to that area. And of course, our people now had access to their farmland. That decision we took, that bold step, was to open up our farmlands and begin to tap our untapped assets, domiciled on the land. So we created 8.8 kilometers of Ugochukwu Nwanjoku Amankano Road, which before the raining season started, we got some contractors and mobilized them to start doing some culvert and bridge work, to do the bridge and box culvert and bridges. And they started doing the job until we now moved into a huge raining season, which they stopped. The moment the rain ends, we will remobilize them back to site. And our target is that road must be accessible. That road is going to be a signature, one of my signature projects that I will live to see that I accomplish as a local government chairman. In my village where I was born from, Ohofia, Ezinanto Ohofia, Oduma, I am constructing 4.0 kilometers of road. And my administration have done virtually about 70% drainage work on that road. And we expect that in no distant time we should begin to lay stone base and of course asphalting that road. That is a legacy that I want to say, give back to the people that gave birth to me. And I wish to use that to say thank you for giving birth to me, bringing me forth to life from that community. I want to use that to thank them. Are you aware that under my leadership for the past 1 year, I've been able to reason with my F&G members, to reason with my cabinet, and we employed 373, as of today, 374 persons who have employed in the local government, and we're not paying them a peanut. And you know the hard economy of this country. We did that to elevate our people, to lift our people, and to put food to many families in the local government. So imagine 374 families now eat from the local government. Imagine the level we have reduced the poverty rate headcount. Almost, if the poverty headcount of the local government is at 80% before I became chairman, we've been able within the last 1 year reduce it up to at least 20%. Been able to move downwards 60% down to 20%. That's why if you check your data, employing 374 families who receive minimum 51,000 from local government. Some are receiving 100,000. Some we paid 200,000. And it's on consistency. Since we came into office, we never owned any workers. We've been paying them on monthly basis as we receive our money from the federal government. So on this, we think we have done our best for the last 12 months. Kudos and thanks to the governor who has given us the opportunity to do this. Imagine if you come to Aninri now, look at the families, look at the people who have put smiles on their faces. Do you think it is an easy thing? And we were able to consolidate on that feat for the last 1 year. And we're not ready to relieve anybody their job. We're even ready to make more people happy and bring more people on board so that people can be participatory to their own government. For the local government in the next 1 year that will climax my 2 years in office as a chairman is to see a better local government for the people. Is to see a harmonized people working as a community of people who shares same value, same culture, same ideology. That is my vision for the local government and nothing more. Our vision is to see a better local government, to push Aninri from where we met it to where ordinarily it ought to be, and to link our local government to the committee of a functional local government in Nigeria. That is our vision for the next 1 year. Let me tell you a short story. When His Excellency was nominated as a candidate of the party, I emailed him that I would want to be part of his team. And the next call came from Dan Wome. I have been nominated to attend a meeting at Peter Mba Media Team, Market Garden GRA. That was the journey to my chairmanship today. And then I joined them and I started working for the governor. And then I got to know more of who is Dr. Peter Ndubisimba. Many who do not know this man truly. Tamba is a man that has his target, has his focus, has his agenda prepared before coming to become the governor. Working with Peter Mba as the governor of Enugu State and as the council chairman of Aninri has been a huge inspiration for me. It has elevated me to think big. It has pushed me to know that Rome are not built in a day. It has moved me to remember that a state can actually work when you have a dedicated leader like Peter Mba. Peter Mba doesn't take time, he doesn't while. He will always tell you we don't have luxury of time to waste. We don't have luxury of time. He's a man that what you think you can achieve tomorrow, he wants you to achieve it now. Peter Mba is an embodiment of development, an embodiment of inspiration, an embodiment of whatever you can call it. Is a workaholic governor. He has empowered us, the council chairman, to behave like him or to take a cue of what he has done and what he's still doing for Enugu and do so in our respective local government. Peter Mba doesn't see time to be wasted. He values any minute of his time and all his times he dedicates it to making Enugu a possible working state for the people. And that's why some of us who are very close to him, who are his foot soldiers in the local government, must look like him, must behave like him, must walk like him, must think like him. He doesn't condone or accept laxity. Local government chairmen now work. Under Peter Mba of Enugu State as governor, local government has become operational. There is no more dormancy. People now go to work. Civil servants now attend to their duties. That is the man, and that is what I've been able to experience from the man who is governing Enugu today. I want to tell our people, I want to thank Aninri for the support they have given to me for the last 12 months. And I want to thank my critics as well, those who criticize me. All these things have helped to mold me to a better person. And I want to thank the governor who has availed me this wonderful opportunity at my early stage, at my youngest stage, to lead the people of Aninri local government. Some people thought I wouldn't do it. Some people thought I were too young when I was nominated to be council chairman, that the office will be too big for him. But I had taken time to see what the governor has done or doing in Enugu. That has given me the opportunity to think, of course, I can do this. I can do this. And I've been doing it. And the people are happy. My happiness is that the Aninri people are happy. The majority of Aninri people are with me. And they are also eager to return Governor Peter Mba back to Lion Building come 2027. Anybody that doubts this can come to Aninri and do his findings. So with this, we can say, to God be the glory.